Hey fellow Vault Players, it's Angry Turtle, and finally I can present you Stealth Sniper build. I'm really happy that I was able to make it how I wanted it to be. It can do about everything, works great, and a surprise. It's a full health build and still capable of doing about everything. The only downside of going full health build versus bloodied is no extra experience from this intelligence that unyielding can provide you. And now, as usually, we'll just start from shooting some stuff, and I have a selection of weapons and arsenal, but some things are important that I want to tell you. It's not necessary to have a great stuff, like, look what I have equipped at this moment. That's a crafted armor. The important part is that's a shadowed armor. Then whatever armor you can get with shadowed mode, you will be just fine. About the weapons, I have this suppressed Gauss rifle. That's not a legendary one, not primed either. It's true barrel, forceful stock, perforating capacitor, short scope and suppressor, and this will be using for sniping tougher targets. But first, we use some legendary weapon for quick hitting targets in VATS. This beast, Instigating Explosive Lever Action Rifle. So bad Instigating was heavily nerfed, but yeah, it's still a cool weapon. And now you can already see much better accuracy and one-shotting stuff. Yeah, that's a beautiful weapon. Like, for whatever reason, the rifles that can be equipped with automatic receiver are no longer great for rifleman sniper builds. But apart from that, yeah, we have another options. Glowing ones are quite tough, but every other ghoul is a one-shot. The super mutants will not be able to one-shot them with this weapon, but that's okay, we have different weapons. And about my sneak, you can see that I'm doing just fine. I'm not detected and I don't have any legendary armor equipped. That was a miss. But we finish it off. Hey guys. Yeah. No one saw me. That's really good. Yeah, you are totally blind. Yeah. No worry about stealth, guys. The only thing that can defeat your stealth is basically a server lag. But nothing else really. And if you want to use something else for your stealthiness, Chinese stealth armor is still great. I'm using it in here as well. Okay, now we have a super mutant. And in this case, we want to swap the weapon for something that can one-shot them. This unfortunately cannot. Even if I go for a headshot, it actually broke, and you can see that he's still left with half of his health. Let me fix it and finish him off. And he's dead. Yeah, it's 2 shots. Then that's not too bad, but still not the best option. For that, we have Gauss rifle. That's insanely good weapon for rifleman builds after OneWasteland. It remains very powerful when all other weapons were basically quite heavily nerfed. Now we have those super mutants, and look at that. This weapon you can charge, and it's one shot per super mutant. Nice aim, fire, and they are dying in one shot. What's amazing, if you hit torso, unfortunately not. But torso, it's 2 shots, then it's not too bad either. The true barrel is very helpful here, as you can basically easily hip fire if you are at close range, and you can see even a high level super mutant is still one shot. And now you could ask, what about daily ops? As you know, stealth is not working there. And yes, I incorporated that option into this build, and we have power armor for that. Excavator, as Excavator is the best. And in here the important part is medical torso. That's very cheap to craft, this upgrade, cheap to buy the plan, and it's basically all that you need with this build. I will go into the perks in a moment, as usually, just let me demonstrate the daily ops now. And now for the daily op, we have a plasma flamer that I demonstrated in my video earlier. Yeah, that's a beast for daily ops, definitely should use it. And here we go. Here we have some freezing robots, and as you can see, we can deal with them perfectly fine. And of course I'm getting more ammo than I'm using to kill them, then that's perfect. And with this medic torso pump, yeah, there is no way someone will kill you. Like, apart from nuclear explosion, there's like nothing that can kill you as long as you have any stimpaks on you. And robots in daily ops are dropping stimpaks, then yeah, there is no issue with that. Look at those robots, they have totally no chance, not a little chance even to defeat me, and I think I'm not even using any stimpaks so far. I can tank them without even using my stimpaks, then medic pump is still on the ready, and look how fast I can reload the weapon. Yeah, that's the reload we are talking about. And more robots. Look at them burning in plasma flames. Perfect. And more stimpaks for me. Stimpaks I actually usually just sell, because there is no way I will be in a situation where I will be able to use all those stimpaks. Then I keep some of the regular stimps, and everything else like diluted and super stimps I'm just selling. And look how we will deal with this boss. I can tank his damage. I have my medic pump on the ready. Come on, trigger it at least once. Look at that, he triggered my medic pump, and that's about it. It's not able to do anything else. That was it. And to be absolutely honest, any sniper rifle will do very well with this build. Like, that's instigating hunting rifle, and as long as enemies are squishy, it's doing perfectly fine. As well, for this build, I really recommend to keep a small farm. The same plants that we are using to get adhesive, what meant corn, mute fruits, and tato, you will use to get a basic buffs that can improve this build a lot. So you can see mute fruit juice will give you extra agility, tato juice will give you extra AP, and corn soup will provide you with nice AP regeneration. That's actually doesn't look so good on paper, but it's great. I can actually show you it in here quickly. I did a video about AP regeneration, dedicated video, but yeah, just let me show you. Look, that's my AP regeneration without corn soup. Yeah, it's very slow. Now we take one corn soup, and that's my AP regeneration with the corn soup. It's like more than twice as fast. And now what everyone is waiting for, my perks. Maybe let's start from the legendary perks. And what we have in here, follow through. Actually, I mess up a little bit. I supposed to have it max out early, but yeah, I upgraded intelligence to level up faster and some other stuff, and ran out of points to upgrade follow through. Then I'm working on this now. It's not as big of a deal, because as a sniper you usually kill in one shot, then follow through will not trigger. But in case of tanky targets, it's really nice to get this damage boost. Then those are special boosters. Of course you need some, especially for the stealth build. Those are really good. And this is maybe a surprise for you, but this perk is amazing. When you cannot use stealth, you enter the power armor. Most of the enemy factions have at least some enemies doing energy damage. Whatever it will be, blood eagles, super mutants, robots. They all have some kind of energy damage, therefore you do not need to worry about stockpile of cores to use power armor. And if you want to use VATS in power armor, of course VATS drain fusion core, but with this perk you will get this fusion core charge back. Then you can still use VATS and you don't need to be worried about cores. Plus additional benefits, it's healing. It's actually healing when you are taking energy damage. Now I will stop on this page for a second, because here you can see my special before legendary perks application, and that's important because this special is required to run nuclear winter setup that I have on this build, because this build is great for nuclear winter. It's not only for adventure. Thanks to this special, it is great for nuclear winter. I will not go over all the nuclear winter cards in here, but the full build planner will be linked into the video description. Then if you want to check the nuclear winter deck, then you can go there. That's basically sniper and commando for nuclear winter. Very, very high damage. And now what I'm using. Of course, carry weight perks, because a lot of stims, it's always great. Now, even if you don't need to use them, you can just sell them for your daily caps. That's a great source of caps. Then this one is perfect. You can use a backpack and, like, for example, reduce ammo weight in here, but I don't like backpacks for weight reduction too much, because after I enter power armor, backpacks are disabled. Therefore, I would rather go with a standard backpack or high capacity backpack and have Traveling Pharmacy equipped. Under Perception, of course, Rifleman to boost our damage. Ground Pounder, that's very important because it says automatic rifles, but it applies to all rifles. Whatever it is, it always applies, even to lower action or hunting rifle. This applies, you get better accuracy and reload much faster. And it does stack with Speed Demon. Tank Killer, that's a must-have perk. Armor penetration is incredibly important in OneWasteland. Expert Rifleman, Master Rifleman, only rank 2 because I need 1 point for concentrated fire, and actually losing 5% of the damage bonus is very insignificant in OneWasteland, and you can give up on 5% to have concentrated fire for those sweet headshots in VATS. Next, under Endurance, you will only need Fireproof, although I have Legendary Endurance equipped, and in the future I want to add Life Giver in here. There are always some situations when you want to be slightly more tanky. Under Charisma, we have 9 Charisma. Main reason for that is to share rank 3 perk cards, as well as Nuclear Winter Tenderizer requires it. And here we have Inspirational, Tenderizer, and additional 3 points are spent for Travel Agent, Strength in Numbers, that's very important, you always want it, and Bodyguards. That's just 1 point and it's decent resistance. Under Intelligence, we have Demolition Expert for my explosive lower action and for Gauss Rifle. If you have a Gauss Rifle, it is explosive. Although one important information, Gauss Rifles that were dropped before Wastelanders are not explosive, they only pretend to be. Then I have batteries included to carry those 2mm cartridges that are quite heavy, and as well Ultrasight plasma cartridges. Both those ammo is under batteries. And then Gunsmith for my weapons to last longer. For whatever reason, like in Fallout 76, most of the weapons, especially explosive, it's quite fragile. And then Agility, at this moment it's 12, but we'll upgrade it through the legendary perks. But important what I have in here is through Hiker to always have some food, purified water for sale, and whatever I want to pick up. It's not necessary if you don't carry food, but I really like this perk. There is not much better that you can actually equip under Agility. Then we have Covert Operative for this extra sneak attack damage. It's really nice. Sneak to stay undetected, of course. Escape Artist, that's a key perk for stealth builds. You want it at all times to remove any noise from moving around. Gunfu for that target swapping. Adrenaline, just rank 1 because you have the best value from rank 1. If you upgrade it to rank 5, you don't even double the damage bonus from rank 1. Under Luck, we have Bloody Mess to do even more damage. You probably noticed there is a lot of damage related perks, but that's because it's a full health build. And because it's a full health build, we don't have access to Adrenal Reaction Mutation. For most of the time, if we drop health, then we have access to this extra damage, but if you want to stay on high health, every extra damage matters. Class Freak, there is a lot of mutations in this build and they are very important, therefore Class Freak is a perfect match. Star Genes to keep the mutations good with salt. If I want to carry some food, there is really nothing necessary under Luck more than that, as this build is not heavy on VATS. As it's a sniper, then you should snipe a lot. Although if you want to make it heavy on VATS, yeah, you can. Now about the mutations themselves, I do have Adrenal Reaction that I was talking about, but most of the time it's not working as I'm on high health, but because with Class Freak negative effect is so small, it's still worth to have it. When your health drop, even by half, you still have like extra 40% damage, then that's worth it. Bare Bones, that's mainly for sneaking, extra 5 agility is great. Eagle Eyes for accuracy and crit damage. Egghead for faster experience. Empath to reduce damage taken as long as you are on a team. It's great, unless you never play on the team, then you don't need this one. Herbivore, just for those couple veggie buffs that you can so easily get just inside your camp. Herd Mentality, extra special, that's great, as you are not bloodied build, you cannot use Unyielding, but you can use Herd Mentality to get +3 to all your special. Marsupial for jumping and carry weight. It says here -4 intelligence. That's just a display bug. Class Freak is actually working and you are not losing 4 intelligence. You're losing just 1. Scully skin for extra resistance, especially when in power armor, as for sneak purposes it's not so important. And Speed Demon. That's amazing how fast you can reload with Speed Demon and Ground Pounder equipped. And about the gear, what I recommend the most, get yourself Gauss Rifle. That's your main sniper weapon, insane damage, super easy to get ammo. Then you want any plasma rifle with a flamer barrel to use in daily ops, and really good choices after that will be something like Instigating Hunting Rifle or Instigating Lower Action Rifle. Even though Instigating was heavily nerfed, it's still good enough to one-shot ghouls most of the time. And Lower Action is probably the best in here because of really high accuracy in VATS and good range. Under armor, if you will choose to go with regular armor instead of going for Chinese stealth suit, then for your arms you want to put stabilized mode. That means your aim will be super steady without the need to hold the breath. Of course, power armor with medic torso is great for daily ops. I recommend excavator because of extra K weight. And that will be about everything. Just don't forget, when you are sneaking, switch off the light, switch off the Pip-Boy radio, because it actually affects your ability to sneak. And keep in mind, double check if you are getting randomly detected too often, double check if you have everything off. And here you go, stealth sniper build, full health, doing great. I really like this build, I enjoy playing it, and I tend to keep this build, because it's just so good even without any crazy support with legendary items. You basically don't need them. You can play without a single legendary item and you can do everything and you can be good at it. I hope you guys enjoyed this build, and as always, thank you a lot for watching and see you all in the next one.